Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're heading beneath northeastern BC and northwestern Alberta.
That's right.
We're exploring a major geological feature, the Peace River Arch.
A really significant one.
We've gathered geological surveys, academic papers, all sorts of regional studies.
Yep, the whole range.
And our mission to really get under the skin of this arch, understand its complexities, why it matters geologically, not just a surface look.
Exactly. We want you to get a feel for its shape, its deep history, and crucially, how it's affected everything around it over millions of years.
Okay, let's start with the basics. The Peace River Arch. What are we picturing here?
Well, imagine a really broad, super gentle uplift in the Earth's crust, not steep mountains.
Right, more like a huge swell.
Precisely. It trends roughly northwest to southeast.
Mm-hmm.
It's big, maybe 700 kilometers long.
700, wow.
Yeah, and up to 300 kilometers wide out west. It's a pretty vast, low-amplitude feature.
And location-wise, it's kind of sandwiched, isn't it?
It is. To the southwest, you've got the huge Western Canada sedimentary basin, super important for resources.
Okay.
And then to the northeast, there's the interior platform, more stable ground. The arch sits right between them.
So this bulge, how does it actually influence things, the geology around it?
Because it's been this sort of high spot, relatively speaking, for a very, very long time.
Okay, a persistent high.
Exactly. So it's controlled where sediments got deposited and how thick those layers are. Generally, you find thinner layers of rock right over the arch compared to the deeper basins next door.
Like less snow piling up on the peak of a roof versus in the gutters.
That's a great analogy, yeah. Over geological time, that's the effect.
Now, this is where it gets really interesting for me. What's underneath? What's holding this arch up?
Now we're going deep. It's rooted in the Precambrian basement. We're talking really ancient rocks, the foundation of the continent.
Billions of years old stuff.
That kind of timescale, yes. And there's evidence for a major structural feature, like a break or discontinuity, dipping gently southwest under the arch.
So the arch is sitting on maybe a tilted block of this ancient crust. Is that fair?
That's a decent way to think about it, yeah. And this whole basement region isn't just one solid piece.
Oh.
No, it's actually a mosaic of different ancient terrains, bits of crust that came together long ago, like a really old complex puzzle down there.
And I bet that complex basement makes figuring out how the arch actually formed pretty tricky.
It absolutely does. The exact origin of the Peace River Arch is, well, still debated. It's a bit of a geological puzzle.
Any leading theories?
One strong candidate involves something called strike-slip motion. Imagine huge crustal blocks sliding sideways past each other.
Okay, like the San Andreas Fault, but ancient.
Similar kind of motion, yeah. That potentially combined with some crustal squeezing or shortening back in the early Carboniferous period.
A sideways nudge and a squeeze way back when.
That's a key hypothesis. But honestly, there are different interpretations out there. That deep, messy Precambrian history makes a single answer tough to pin down.
Right, so we have this ancient, gentle giant of a feature, slightly mysterious origins, but you said it really shaped the sedimentary rocks. Can you give us some examples?
Sure. If you look at rocks from the lower and middle Cambrian periods, those layers definitely thin out as you go over the arch.
Because it was higher ground, less room for sediment to pile up.
You got it. Then jump forward to the Middle Devonian, we see these big carbonate platforms developing, I think, ancient reefs, like the Keg River Formation.
Okay.
And these platforms actually grew onto the flanks of the arch, like the on-lapped it, showing the arch was already a high feature influencing where life could thrive and build reefs.
Don't shake where things grew. What else?
Well, later on, late Devonian, early Mississippian time, the arch itself seems to have been pushed up, uplifted, and eroded.
Oh, so layers got worn away.
Exactly. This created a major gap in the rock record, right across the region, what geologists call an unconformity, a missing chapter, thanks to the arch rising up.
Fascinating. A geological eraser. Did it keep having an effect after that?
Oh, yeah. Its influence continued. Even much younger rocks from the Jurassic and Cretaceous periods show the arch's presence.
No, so...
Again, you often see thinner sequences directly over the arch crest, or evidence that layers were deposited and then later eroded off the top. It just kept acting as this long-term controlling feature.
It's amazing how something so old could stay so influential for so long.
It really is. And that long-term control on where sediments collected, how thick they are, how they were later structured, well, that obviously has implications.
For resources, you mean, like oil and gas?
Precisely. While we didn't focus on economics today, understanding the arch is fundamental to understanding the Western Canada sedimentary basin. The arch influenced the traps, the seals, the whole plumbing system where hydrocarbons could accumulate.
Makes perfect sense. Okay, let's try and sum this up. The Peace River Arch. Massive, ancient, gently sloping crustal uplift.
Rooted in the Precambrian.
Right. Its origin story is still a bit fuzzy, maybe strike-slip faults and squeezing.
Plausible, but debated.
But its impact isn't debated. It consistently controlled how and where sedimentary rocks were deposited for hundreds of millions of years.
That's the core message. A long-lived, deeply rooted feature, profoundly shaping the geology we see and explore today.
So here's something to think about. We see this seemingly static feature, the arch, having such a dynamic, lasting effect. What other ancient structures, hidden deep beneath us, might be subtly shaping our world, holding resources or controlling processes we're only just starting to unravel? Thanks for joining this deep dive.